But let's first bring in former NASA astronaut Jerry Linenger. And Jerry, great to have you on the show today. I'm just getting some news that perhaps there could be some rain at the pad at the moment. Is that something that you're hearing as well, and what effect would that have?
I have, and rain is okay as long as they're not, big gusting winds. It's the lightning. And from what I saw from the weather briefing, the astronauts got that before they suited up. The weather briefing says no lightning possibilities. So the rain, I think, will clear up by launch, but the main concern is lightning, and it doesn't look like the weather's a problem with that aspect of it.
Well, we hope the weather continues to participate, and all things do point to liftoff happening at least somewhat on time this evening. Also want to ask you about this. We're also getting word that we are going to begin hearing, as we watch those astronauts live. You can tell us about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's just awesome. They got to be so excited. And 2 years of working hard. God bless America. I mean, the things with the Trump space policy is unreal. He started it his first term, and this is the fruition of it. A big, beautiful bill had enough budget to make this kind of stuff happen. And, America is great again. I am so proud.
Is that the zero deck that they're walking across right now?
Yeah, they're up at the level, and Reed's looking happy and ready to go. That's the closeout crew. It's the white room. They did that during Apollo. They did it during my shuttle missions. You'll go live flat on your back. They'll strap you in. They're the last people that see you. When they close and latch that hatch, that's when you really know it's real. You are sitting on top of 8.8 million pounds of thrust, big old rocket, liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen. It's dangerous just sitting in the rocket, but you are ready to go and you are focused.
Jerry, your enthusiasm is infectious. What are they doing with the Sharpie? What are they signing there?
Oh, usually there's some little last traditional thing. You might sign the wall of the white room, or sometimes the closeout crew has things. It's kind of funny. People think you're just totally focused back in the building, quarantine before you launch. But a lot of people want signatures of the astronauts and our photos and mugshot kind of stuff. And so you're signing away because they're not exactly sure you're going to get back. So if they can get your signed photo before you leave, it might be worth something if the mission doesn't go well.
Oh, dear.
So it's a little, I'm not sure I like signing these photos. But in any case, they no risk. We've got 2 Navy captains, the pilot, Victor, the commander, Reed. They've flown off aircraft carriers in the past. Reed flew F-14s. He flew F-18 Super Hornets. These 2 guys, they know how to handle any kind of stress. And so, yes, the system has to work, but the human beings have to work. And we've got 2 incredible naval aviators leading this mission.
Would you say that the launch is perhaps the most dangerous part? And is it true that they have some kind of evacuation system at that point which can fire the astronauts out if something goes wrong?
They do. They have if you look at the rocket and some of the photos you see, there's a little device on the top of it, and it can actually pull the capsule off the rocket if there's an explosion at the launch pad. The capsule will then deploy the 4 parachutes that it normally would do later on in the Pacific Ocean, and they hopefully glide back there right in Florida. So there is an escape system built in. We did that during Apollo, and again, astronaut safety is paramount. On the other hand, it's risky business, and so the astronauts understand that. My own case, I was never nervous. I just said I am privileged to be representing humankind, the United States of America, my family, my friends, everyone. And I just took that and said, it's worth my life. And so I think every astronaut comes to that same conclusion along the way, not when you're marching out to the pad, you've already made that decision. This is worth my life.
Well, Jerry, we know they just put on their communication caps a few moments ago, and now they're completely suiting up, as they tested the suit up earlier. Now they're getting back in them. The communication caps are on. We're told that we'll begin to hear Orion to Earth loop, which is the communication system between crew and control center. And that probably, I would assume you tell us, Jerry, is probably already underway.
Yeah, I think they have to get inside the vehicle, actually, and then they have to plug the umbilicals together, and then we should start hearing from the crew. And then you just go into a wait, and people, in my flights, luckily they launch pretty much on time, but you're lying flat on your back, feet in the air. And I got so calm, to be honest with you, that I took almost a little nap. I said, okay, I got a lot of work ahead of me. So again, past life experiences beyond the NASA training, just past life experiences, scuba diving, parachuting in my case, flying off aircraft carriers on stormy nights, all those things that these people have been through already makes you focus, concentrate, compartmentalize the fear away, and just go ahead and get the job done. And so they're going to be very calm, very methodical. And my thought was always, don't let my teammates down. Yeah. I'm gonna do my job.
Calm in the most complex moments. That's amazing. You talked there about the pride of representing the US of A when you go up there. I mean, what part of this is a sort of geopolitical race? Like, we have China who's really moving into space. Satellites are a much bigger issue nowadays. What role is that now playing in driving the US forward?
Yeah, I just spoke yesterday. The chief administrator of NASA, Mr. Isaacman, talked to former astronauts in a nice Zoom call and gave us his time, which was incredible. Asked him questions, and China's definitely the one. We're back in a little space race going here, and I'll tell you, our innovation and technology, whether you care about space or not, what you should care about is how we're pushing the limits of technology and innovation by doing hard things. Kennedy said it a long time ago when he says, we choose to go to the moon, because it's hard, in his Boston accent. But, it is hard, and this is hard stuff, and we push our technology and we stay the world leader in technology. But China is definitely a geopolitical threat. They hope to go to the moon by 2030. Mr. Isaacman just outlined how we're going to get there before that. We've got a flight next year, Artemis II. We'll do the rendezvous with the landers, make sure everything's good. That'll be in Earth orbit. And then Artemis IV, you're off to the moon. And we want to stay on the moon this time. We want to have a permanent presence on the moon. And it looks like a very good plan, well thought out. And again, the Trump administration is backing it with the money that it needs. And it'll just move us all forward, and our technology just gets better and better and better.
Yeah, and Jerry, as we continue to watch the astronauts get ready with the flight crew there, talk to us a little bit about what you know about these incredible individuals. The director of NASA's Johnson Space Center pointing out that among the crew are the first woman, first person of color, first Canadian on a lunar mission. All 4 astronauts will represent the best of humanity, she says, as they explore the benefit of all. As you pointed out earlier, 3 NASA astronauts in the mission are spaceflight veterans. You, of course, have astronaut Wiseman, who previously served in the Navy and gave a big go Navy as he was standing for the photo op earlier. He became an astronaut in 2009. I mean, this is just an incredibly talented crew, of course.
I'll tell you that NASA is a magnet for really the talent of the world. Everybody, it's sexy. You want to work at NASA. Maybe you can't make the astronaut corps, but just working at NASA, I'll tell you what, it's a privilege. And these people are just feel privileged to be working at NASA. And they are, on the leading edge of everything, innovation. And so you get some really, really, really sharp people. I think, just what we're seeing in the Middle East now, USS Lincoln, USS Ford, the job our naval aviators are doing, they're top-notch people all around. So that's almost a way to, sort of sort out who's got the right stuff even before they become an astronaut. I've got 3, I'm an old naval officer myself. I've got 3 sons all serving. One of them just did his first carrier landing 2 days ago.
Wow.
The other 2 are Navy SEALs. And I am proud of those young men, and all their roommates, their colleagues. Our U.S. military is unreal, and so that's a good proving ground for people like Reed and Victor, who are now ready to get in an 8.8 million pound rocket that's going to take them to 17,500 miles an hour, and then they're going to accelerate a bit more and get up to 25,000 miles an hour heading to the moon. It's unreal.
Wow, Jerry, it sounds like we could get some parenting tips from you, too. In addition to being an astronaut, it sounds like you're an incredibly successful father. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jerry. We really appreciate it. And maybe we'll have you come on later to keep talking us through this.
Jerry, by the way, before...
My honor, and Godspeed to our astronauts, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerry, before you go, the closeout crew, the guys in the white there, I mean, these guys have to be the closest thing to astronauts. I mean, they're the ones who are responsible for making sure they are properly ready to lift off.
Absolutely. They're all skilled. Everyone that built that rocket, whoever made a bolt in Peoria, Illinois, is proud that they contributed. So people from throughout the United States have all contributed. John Young, greatest astronaut in my mind, once told me, Jerry, I don't know what they're thinking. We did not take bags of money and put it on the moon. We took all that money and you paid those guys like the closeout crew. You paid the guys making all the parts of the shuttle. Again, Peoria, Illinois, making a nut and a bolt that fit in it. That money goes, educates people, brings the best and brightest together, and moves humankind forward. So it is well worth every penny that we spent.
Really cool.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Great to have you through this.
Thank you. Great being here. I'm excited.
Let's
baby,
go.
to the moon.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.